Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Lip, and I'm back with another treat for you all. This is Second Front by Microprose. And yeah, this is another PC game, and this is one that is coming up on January the 31st. And obviously, since I'm saying coming up, that means I got a code ahead of time to go ahead and preview this. And I'm kind of tickled, like I really never had covered a whole lot of the digital stuff, but I guess, they understand that if you're playing the tabletop stuff, then obviously you're going to be into the PC stuff. And a lot of them have been reaching out to me recently. So, I do appreciate them reaching out and sending me the code for it. And I've been having some fun with it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to kind of give you a little heads up, show you some of the game, show you some of what I like. We're going to play through a little bit of it and let you guys see how it plays. Also, I've got the music cut down. I got the sound cut down a little bit just so you guys can hear me over it. But I mean, you don't need to hear the music. You can hear that when you play it. And besides, YouTube likes to copyright strike me when it comes to sound. So we'll have to deal with that. Now, we're here at the main screen of the game. A bunch of different options over here. Obviously, when it comes to editing your game, just some basic stuff, audio, graphics, interface, nothing too major. And quality, it's pretty much high, medium, low. So we're not going horribly in depth with that. Now, there are a huge number of scenarios, campaigns, a whole bunch of stuff, and tutorials. I don't even have to worry about tutorial in this for you guys like I usually do, because they're Johnny on the spot with this. We're going to show you that here in just a sec, but something I wanted to show you that's kind of neat. One, you got the Steam Workshop, so you're going to be able to download stuff from other users, mods, all that cool stuff. Upcoming, obviously, it's not available now. Will be available later on, but you can edit any of this stuff. So you can create your own maps, you can create your own scenarios, you can create your own campaigns. Pretty much whatever you want, you can make it. I poked around in the map editor, and I actually created my own little map. I got it here called Gimpy, just to show you guys an example, and we'll pull this up. And look at that. You can pick whatever size, whatever, anything that you want to put on there. You can, boom, just throw it on it. I'll show you guys here in just a sec. And it's simple. It's just left click, right click, pull it all off. All the different types of terrain over here on the side. You can have clear, hills, trees, bushes, shrubs, buildings, craters, all this neat stuff. It's all in here. Anything you want to do, you can create it. And obviously, you're going to need this if you want to create your own scenarios, your own campaigns. So literally, the game can have an infinite number of scenarios because people have the ability to just create whatever they want. You want a building? Boom. Just that simple. You put it down. It's really, really easy to work. You want a couple of hills? Oh, look, we got a hill. We'll just pop it right on there. Love it. Really, really, really easy to use. And I'll show you guys the create portion of this. Start off, can put down whatever you want to call it. And this I like. You can set it to literally any size you want, down to the hex, right? The number of hexes wide, number of hexes height. I think I've got this by a 20 by 30. So not too big, but you can go up to a 50 by 50. So relatively big. And if you want it to be random, right, just have some woods thrown on there, you can do that. If you want to have water, it'll randomly add water to it, or you can have an oceanfront map like this. It just adds that in there. So let's just do a trial here. Let you guys see this. Trial, we'll do 50 by 50. We'll leave random woods on, and we'll put random water on. Let's just see what it does. All right, and scroll down, and I didn't get any water on this. Interesting. I wonder what happens if we do ocean. Let's try ocean. Let's trial 2, and leave that on. Put that there. Oh, I changed it to a beach map. I'm not sure what it's doing as far as the water. That may be a glitch, or I might be doing something wrong there. So I don't want to say one way or the other. Let's turn woods off and see what happens if I do it that way. Yeah, either I'm selecting something wrong or this might be a glitch that MicroProse might have to look into because the water effects aren't working, but the woods works. But like I said, you can still add whatever you want. So nice options here. Let's exit. We don't need to save that. I've already got a nice custom map, as you guys can see there, in honor of a buddy of mine. So when you're looking here, you've got Americans, Germans, and Russians all as different options. And it's more than just that. So we've got scenarios here, right? That's what you're seeing. And these are like the built-in scenarios. They start off easy and then they go up. Look, let's hold it right here. A town too far, top left one, difficulty 2 stars. First one is 1 star. This 2 stars, that's 4 stars, 4 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars. So you see it gets harder, but these lower ones are locked out. That's something I'm kind of, iffy about. Look, I don't mind having a progression system with it and having the ability to unlock new scenarios. It's the same way with each one of them. So you got American, German, and Russian, the scenarios for each. So it's 12 each there, but there's a campaign as well. The thing of it is you have to win so many of the scenarios before you can actually play it. That kind of throws me a little bit. I want to jump right into the campaign, but I kind of get it. You need to have a little bit of experience in the game. But if they didn't have the tutorials, then I would understand them kind of locking out the campaign until you've done some of the scenarios. But they've got really good tutorials here, which I'm getting ready to show you guys. So I don't think the campaigns need to be locked out until you've done so many. So this top left one, this is German one. You got to win 4 scenarios, German versus Russian, to unlock Borisov. And then we've got win 4 scenarios, German versus Russian, to unlock Stalingrad. Stalingrad's going to be so awesome. And we've got win 4 scenarios, Russian versus Germans, to unlock forward to Krenz. And then down here, we've got win 4 scenarios, Americans versus Germans, to unlock Drive on Dinard. So, I would like it if they had that part unlocked. At least I'm cool with unlocking the scenarios, but the campaigns, that should be unlocked from the beginning. But it's no big deal. It's not too hard to win, a handful of scenarios. Key thing that I like over here. Oh, and by the way, it's not just the tab. You get your picture of where you're going to be, but it shows the forces that are involved, right? So you can see what's there and then a description of what's going on. And this is for every scenario, every campaign, really cool stuff. Over here, this is what I really like though. And I think this is excellent, and so many more games need stuff like this. There are tutorials, bunch for both infantry and armored. So you can tell by the NATO symbol up here in the top, this tutorial, this set, is for infantry maneuvers. And then this set of tutorials is for armored units, because this game is such a good adaptation of taking a tabletop skirmish game, counters, the whole 9, hex encounter, and bringing it into a video game scenario. You'll see like all the maneuvers, the type, move and fire, move and assault, close combat, sight lines, all that stuff is simulated down in this game. So you need to understand those concepts to be able to play it. Really cool. I'm good with that. I think this is a great way to do it because they have you actually playing it out. So you're actually doing. It's one thing to read it. It's one thing to watch some other dumbass do it like me. But when you actually do it yourself, that's when you're really learning. Let's pick a good scenario here, and we'll pull it up just to let you guys see. See, rallying, crawling, and concealment, machine guns. Okay, machine guns is a good one. Let's pull up machine guns. Okay, and I just gotta say, I love that typewriter effect when it's loading in. Really cool the way it does that. Now, this is explaining that machine guns, heavy machine guns, medium and light, can have quick reloads, allowing them to fire multiple times in the fire phase. Heavier machine guns, medium and heavy machine guns, are easier to move if dismantled before moving, but they can't fire when dismantled or if they have moved. leaders can improve the fire of a unit in its location with a machine gun. So it tells you to use your troops to attack these guys and then move your leader in to capture the building. So this is the map itself, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. And it really does look like they took a hex encounter, paper map, mounted map, whatever it is, from a tabletop game, and they translated that in. I really like the graphics, but this is me speaking. I'm an enigma when it comes to maps. I like maps that a lot of other people tend not to like, so take it with a grain of salt. Looking at our units here, you can see we got some machine guns here. We got machine guns here. We've got a squad and a leader here. And you can see as I hover above it, look in the top left, you can see what's there, any supporting weapons, and then a little snippet right to the side of what type of terrain they're in. And then watch as I move my cursor on the very far right, because I can't move my cursor to show you because I'm hovering over it. Very far right of the screen, you see where it shows woods and then select. So it shows you what type of terrain that your cursor's currently over. So clear, woods, then we got a clear and road. But we got machine guns here. We got some machine guns here. We got that leader and a squad there. And you can see from the picture, what's going on in each one of the places. Captain Garcia and some elite squad with machine gun there and another machine gun. Game's really easy to play. It shows in some of the earlier tutorials. We're definitely not going to play through all the tutorials because they're so easy to understand. By all means, just play it for yourself. You'll see. Click on the unit. If there's things they can do in their hex, you can right click on it like this. And you see drop all weapons, but we're not going to do that. So simply left click off the hex to unselect them. But if you want them to do something, it's right clicking on whatever hex you want them to do that. So as you see, just hovering over these enemy units, these German units over here, shows my different stats when it comes to whatever it is that I'm trying to do at them. Here, for example, there are different ranges, right? You've got short range, you got normal range, and then you've got extended, your maximum long range. There are different penalties or bonuses that are going to apply, just like in a tabletop game. If I want to shoot at these guys, simply right click on it. And if you have more than one option, a couple little squares will pop up like you see here. All right, so machine gun, fire all the machine guns, or I can fire at half range and there's better chances to hit. So if I fire this way, I only have a 23% chance. If I fire this way, I have a 43% chance. So, okay, this is my better way. I'll click there. Boom, we killed some guys, we've broken them, we've weakened them. They're not completely wiped out, but they're pretty wiped. They're pretty hurt. And I don't think I can fire anything else with them. Let's see if we can finish them off. We got to fire at full range here. I think I could fire twice if I did the machine gun instead of half range. Let's try that one. Boom! And then you see, I get to click again. And we fire just a little bit more on them. They're not taken out just yet, but I got 3 other machine guns over here. And this is going to be different from me playing to you guys playing because there are chances, stats, the whole nine. Your tutorial, your scenario is not going to play out exactly the way mine's going to play. All right, so you do have that randomness in there. Let's light these guys up. They're killed, they're broken, they're weakened. Fire a little more, get them. Do a little more damage. Fire on these guys. And they're taken out. Do I have any more fire left with them? They might be out of range. And a little bit more. They're wiped out. Perfect. We took out both squads. And their objective is to move to this building. You can see there's victory points there to get. And you see, simply by moving your cursor, it shows where you're going to move to, how many movement points you have left, right? So if you see I move there, I've got some movement points left. And then that starts decreasing as I move up. And then there's differences still. So that top icon, the red with the arrow you see is running. The bottom one with the white is walking, and there are differences when it comes into concealment, right? If you're running, you're going to be easier to be seen, right? You're going to get shot at. If you're walking, less chance the enemy's going to be going at you. But let's just move into this building here. We'll click on it and they'll run in, and this should end our scenario. When you're done doing whatever you want to do, just click here in the top right play button. It'll go through the different phases. So you have move and fire, firing, escape phase, the advanced phase, which is where you move into close combat. So you see these blue icons around the units. This type of movement is only 1 hex, and that is the only way you can move into close combat, right? So you want to do this in the advanced phase. You could do that with any of your units that you want to. Next phase, melee phase. So if you are in close combat, you're going to do that. Boom. Just like that, we have one. And like I said, there are plenty of these scenarios for all the different aspects of the game. I really like that they have done that in this game. But we also have the same thing. I was just playing through this earlier for the tanks, and I'm not going to play through the rest of the tutorials. You guys can do that on your own, but just to show you guys, tanks do have the same type stuff that you're going to see in a tabletop game. Your armored units can move. They're going to be facing certain sides on the hexes, and then their turrets can turn, so you can be moving in one direction and have your turret pointing in another, fighting at the enemy. You want to try to hit the enemy armor in better positions. You can potentially go hull down. All of that type stuff that you would expect in a tactical skirmish game is here. I gotta say, they did a good job of simulating all this. So what we are going to do is we're going to play through a little scenario here, and I'm trying to see which one we should play. So for the Americans, our options are a town too far, and we have some units here. See, the American player has some elites, a leader, some support weapons, another elite, and the Germans got a tank. I got to deal with a tank, and they've got more troops and leaders, so that is not good. And yeah, description for it. It says it's not too hard. This one got a half track. See a couple of leaders, few squads, and a flat cannon fighting against us. Awesome. Love that. And they've got a couple of leaders, looks like a machine gun, light machine gun, and a couple of squads of their own. Here in the Germans, for their scenarios, we've got options of versus Russian or versus American. So there are scenarios we can do with each one of those. So think about that. I even made a mistake on saying how many scenarios there are because I forgot about the Germans, right? They've got versus Russian and then all these scenarios, and then versus the American and all these scenarios. Russian should be just against the Germans. So I'll tell you what, let me look at these for a sec, and we're going to jump into one. Just play it real quick, let you guys see how the game plays. All right, so we're here ready to play a quick scenario, let you guys see what the game itself looks like. Now, I have played some of the scenarios offline already. I'm going to pick one that I haven't. I would show you the campaign, but I haven't unlocked it yet. Again, that's one of the things I don't like. I have played one through to completion. One of the German ones, but I've played around on all of them just to kind of poke around at it a little bit. But I haven't tried Recon by Force, which is the lowest level for the Americans. So we're going to pop in here, try it out. That way we're surprised together. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. So let's load in here and we'll hit continue. I love that typing. And boom, here we go. Now we are down to our map. And it looks like we have to gain control of these two buildings up here. And there are different types of buildings. There are wooden buildings and there are stone buildings. These look like they're both stone. Okay, this is going to take a little bit to get over there because there's rivers, there's valleys, there's hills, there's trees. And there is a long stretch of no man's land between me and the... This was a bad mission to pick. I'm going to get ruffle stuff. Oh, wait, there's 3 buildings. Look, there's one up here. Here, and here. And here. So the whole damn thing, I do have reinforcements that are going to come in from the top. So looking at my forces, just hovering my cursor across it, you can see that I start off with these guys here, and it shows you what's in the hex. So I've got 3 squads. One has a medium machine gun. That's the support weapon you see underneath it. And then the second Lieutenant Robert. So that's the leader. Okay. From what I've seen of gameplay, you can have up to 3 squads and a leader in a hex at the same time. Now that question mark that you see over them means they are currently concealed. They are not seen by the enemy. Certain actions like firing and running in front of them, that will get the Germans to spot you, so you got to be careful. You can move slower, move behind cover, things like that. Try to keep your guys concealed as long as possible. Crawl, do it 1 hex at a time to try to get up close. And I'm looking at this like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? There's some rocks here that could provide some cover. There's some bush. I doubt I'm going to be able to come up in this direction. I'm thinking these guys could run this way, come across here, use these trees as cover from any German forces, because there's trees and hills here. I can use them as cover from up and get to here and then storm them with fire and then push around and hopefully take the building from there. And I'd probably do that with all of these forces, converge them down over here and go for these buildings, because there's no other way not to get shot up. If I go straight across, it's just too much territory that I'm going to be taking fire. Now this hill, or this building here, has got a hill in front of it. It's going to block the line of sight. That's good. This one doesn't, for the most part. It's down on ground level, but they might be able to get some shots over there. So we'll see. Now here, let's see. Does it tell me? Yep, turn 2. I have a half track coming in and another leader, some mortars, and a couple more squads. But the only thing is, those mortars are going to need someone to fire for them. So we'll have to see how this is going to work out, and we'll click that off. All right, so let's start with our movement. You can see the outline shows my movement, and as I pull my cursor back, again, it's going to show me different levels of movement. So red is run, white is walk, and then green is crawl. So the best. Now, I don't believe there's going to be any German forces between me and over here, but I'm not sure. We'll race through it. If I lose, I lose. It is what it is, but at least this way, my southern coming through, you guys can see how the game plays. So I right click, left click on run, and they're going to go boop, 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 and run up. Now we can adjust multiple things up over here. So as you see, I can rotate the map to look at it from different angles, just like you rotate in a paper map. I highly would suggest doing this, because I have made mistakes. Because a lot of times I'm looking at it from this angle, and if you have a lot of your squads bunched up in hexes in a row, you can have trouble telling exactly who's in what hex. It can get a little obfuscated if you're looking at it from one angle. So don't forget that you can change the angle that you're looking to get a better view. And again, you can hold your cursor over it so you can see what's there. And I gotta say, I like this map too. I like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the old style polygon style look to the map. I think that's really cool. Let's see. I can run through the river. I can get up to there. There's a decent sized force there. I can come through in 3 waves, or I can come through in 2 waves. But that mortar and half track are pretty interesting, but I don't know how fast that half track is going to be able to get there. There's a road that comes up here that's going to get me a good amount of distance, and I can hit them from the north. Now here, this could work. I could leave the mortars back, move the other forces forward, get them to this hill where they got some sight lines, and maybe call in some mortars if I can see it. So we can try that with those guys. I guess we'll just push these guys up the center as far as they can get. Yeah, we'll just go to the riverbed. Get them right up. Sounds like cats or mice run across carpet. I think that is it. Yep. If you look up here in the upper right, keeps track of whose turn it is, what phase of the game you're in, but also if you don't, or if you do have troops left that you can activate, there will be a little number here. So move and fire, it will say 1, 2, 3. If you got hexes left that you can activate. I wish there was a button that you could push to rotate through that. There might be, but as far as I know, I don't believe there is. Let's see. Keyboard. Let's see. Options, help. Mainly just going to be using mouse, pivot. Oh, we've got some keybinds up here. Scroll map up, scroll map down. Right, left, toggle line. Ooh, line of sight tool. Let's check that. What is that? F? What does that do? Ooh, interesting. So if I put the cursor over something, okay, I like this. So if I have this selected, press F, and I didn't see this in the tutorial, but to be honest, I didn't go through the whole tutorial, so it might have been in there. But it should have been earlier because I never saw this. Hold your, press F, brings this up, and you can move across and you can see what the sight lines are going to be. So from there, he's going to be able to hit everything, but he can't hit up to the top, I don't believe. Can he? Oh no, he can. He can hit that ridge. So if I put someone here, they can see him, but he can see them. Yeah, there's nowhere I can be to see this building where that building isn't going to be able to see me. And seems to be the same with that building, which would be fair. You wouldn't want to have it like that where one could see the other. But yeah, I think this ridge could work for those mortars. Now, again, we might not play through the whole scenario. It just depends on how long it's going to take me to play it. I don't want this video to be hours upon hours long, so I'll stop yapping. Again, you can hit your space bar or click this button up here to go to the next phase. We're moving past the move and fire, and this will go into the fire phase where whoever's not the active turn. All right, so this is I go, you go. I'm going to do all my stuff. They'll do their stuff. But if it's their turn, they just get to fire. They don't get to move. So basically what I'm saying here is like the Americans are activating. I can move and fire. When I hit this to the next phase, hit the wrong button. Let's do this. Go to the next phase, goes to the fire phase. The Germans are going to fire. But if it's the Germans doing their movement, they're moving and firing, then I would have a chance just to fire. Escape phase, anyone who's routed is going to run. Advance phase, you can get an extra hex of movement. This is a way to get into close combat, but it's basically a free hex of movement if you're just trying to boogie along, which I am. So I'm going to take a hex there. Can these guys get one more little bit? Yep. All right. Move them up. No one left to activate. Hit the next one. Melee phase. Melee phase is easy. If you've got guys in the same place, they will attack each other. Recovery phase. Anyone who's broken will try to rally. Right? If they've gotten their morale messed up and they're still alive, they will try to rally. Now, the Germans are going to do their move and fire. I will only see it if I can see it. Don't have line of sight. My fire phase, as you can see, I can shoot, but I can't move. Nothing I can shoot at, so I can just hit next. Goes to escape phase. It'll go to their advance phase. And then the rally phase, recovery phase. They probably won't be doing anything. My guess is they're going to be sitting on these objectives, not doing much of squat. And end turn and recovery phase, you see, boom. They have ticked down the objective because they are sitting on it. New reinforcements have arrived. Yay! We like reinforcements. All right. I have everyone in a vehicle. Part of the reason I wanted to do this is the only one I could get that had a damn vehicle in it. So I think we're just going to go up to here. And you see that little arrow that like look on the hex? All right. So you see how I'm moving this around? That allows me to change what direction my vehicle's pointing in. I need movement points to do that. So I can go here and I can still move around. Up to here, I can only do that because I am not able to change the direction of the vehicle because I don't have enough movement points left. You can see, go here, you can move it around. If it's something that has a turret, you can turn the turret and do all that cool stuff. I think we're just going to scoot as far as we can because I have the leader. 2 squads, and it looks like some mortars. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And moving up. Boom, just like that. And what does this do? Is this okay? This is close the hatch. If you can do anything in the hex that you're in, you right click on that hex and it'll pull it up. So if you can drop your weapons, you can drop support weapons or close hatches, anything like that, it'll show it there. And if you don't want to, left click off of it. You've unselected the unit. I gotta say, I like the graphics. The sound effects aren't perfect. They're serviceable, but the graphics I really like. All right, so we've still got some blocking terrain. Let's scoot forward. Really, it's not going to let me run. Did I select something that said I couldn't run? I don't believe so. Maybe it's the terrain. All right. I want to get there as quick as I can. All right, we're going to scoot them forward. I should probably move these guys into separate hexes, divide and conquer, so if they take fire, they're not going to all get broken at the same time. And if I want to do that, you see down here, they're all selected in the bottom right. Just click on them, just like that, right? If I want a single, I just click on him. If I want to add, I just click on the others. But you see, I've got them all selected here. If I just want to have the LT, just click on him. Boom, just like that. And you see there's a little icon there to drop the machine gun if I want to do so. We'll left click off of those guys. We'll keep scooting forward so we can get some combat going here. I am in thick terrain, so I'm not going to be able to get much going on. I think my movement points are kind of burnt because I was running on my last turn, so I don't have as much on this turn. What's going to be the quickest way? I'm trying to think if I should take them down the valley or maybe in this direction. I kind of want to get them here. I think that might be my best bet to get them across without getting in any lines of fire. So we'll go there. Finish them off. And I believe I already moved those guys. Yes, I did. You see there's no numbers there, so I've got no one left I can move. Go to the fire phase. They're not going to do much. This is the slowest scenario I've played thus far. Usually you were only a handful of hexes in between each other. So can I get some advancing? Yes, let's do some advancing. Let's get up there. All right, now I've got some sight lines I can see all the way over to here. I'm willing to bet all the Germans are only going to be in just those buildings, so I can pretty much run up. I'll probably get these squads and the leader, because it's one machine gun team, 2 squads, and a leader. And I'll probably have the leader in the machine gun team and then the 2 squads. But the leader does such a good job with a bonus that if I concentrate my forces and they get hit, it wrecks all my squads. But I want that leader to have that bonus. I want to get them over there. And I don't think the vehicle can advance. I'm going to have to unload him on the next one. I want to get him somewhere where he can pop off, though. Melee phase and turn. Recovery. It's taking so long. It's recovery. No one's been shot yet. They have nothing to recover from. All right. They're going to move. AI's doing their thing. What am I taking fire from? Oh, there it is. Oh, crap. They were in the trees, man. I seen some stuff, man. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, the bad guys were in the trees, and this is looks like a veteran team with a light machine gun. Not cool. They pinned some of my guys. Okay, so let's fire back at them. Let's try to put some hurt lock on them. As best as I can. We're going to fire with everybody. We pinned them back. All right, perfect. Did a little something, something. I don't think I can reach out and touch there. Definitely can't reach out and touch there. So again, you can see it's their activation, so I can't do anything besides shoot back. There is opportunity fire, though, so be careful. As you're moving with your own troops, you really want to try to keep them out of line of sight, move slow. keep cover that whole 9, because if you run right up to the enemy, they're just gonna, smoke check you. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, now I got my move and fire phase, but here's the thing. I got my pin off, but I've got an enemy here, and I really think I need to pin him because that's a light machine gun. The moment I start firing, I start moving, and I get out of cover, I'm done. So, yeah, I'm going to have to burn some turns just firing at old dummy here, and I don't have the greatest chance, but I'd really like to break him or kill him. Oh, no, malfunction. Machine gun, you suck. Crap. Damn. It looks like that says 17%, so I don't know if that means 17% to recover it or what. Damn. Did not want to lose a machine gun. I don't want to run these guys either. Okay, so that's down a hill. It looks like there's a little bit of a stone wall there. I think. I kind of want to go this way. But I'm thinking if I put them there, I might have a line of sight to put some extra hurt on these guys. But that might also get me some opportunity fire coming at me. If I go there, yeah, we're going to go this way and hope for the best. And yeah, I don't have a line of sight on him. Well, that sucks. All right, what can we get going on over here? Crap. I can't get them up there. It looks like they're going to have to offload. And I might end up having to drive this guy back around. Can the half track not get through the trees at all? Because that's something I very much need. All right. Now, I haven't done an unload yet, so you guys bear with me if I click the wrong thing here, because I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do this. Move, stop, and unload. Okay, that's what I want to do. All right, and I got these guys selected. Okay, you guys can get up there. Let's flick the camera around. No, they've got so little movement points they can't get up there. I want them to at least get up to that ridge, but they are not going to be able to get up. Crap. Crap. They can go back, but I'm going to have to wait one more damn turn. And I can't even fire with the mortar. So that sucks. All right. Let's spin this all the way back around. Let's see how Q does. All right, Q goes that way. E goes this way. And I'm going to keep it this way as long as I can. All right. Fire phase, I'm probably going to take something from their LMG. Oh! Oh, no! Oh! Shit! Well, I got a hero generated out of it. Where the fudge knuckle did they come from? Okay, I've lost this scenario. I have lost this scenario very much badly. Okay, I think I had a squad completely killed. Yeah, because I am short a squad here. I've got a hero. And these guys are broken all to hell. They are broken bad. Only a 28% recovery. I've got to move back because I had no idea. There's a flak 38 here. I should have looked paid more attention to what was the order of battle for this scenario. I did not expect him in the trees. I figured they were all going to be on the side. Running into him in the ridge, yeah, that's fine. But a Sergeant Hoffman and looks like maybe a half squad there. That's horrible. Oh, God, that's bad. That is very much bad. All right, let's pull them back because this way, this hill should give me cover from him. And let's see. Yeah, he can't see me. They can't see me. They can't see me. And I might be able to get these guys recovered and bring them back. But that's bad. My victory points are -3 right now. I'm going to try to bring these guys back and come around on them. I should have done what I wanted to do, which was to converge. All right, let's... Come on, can you guys not advance up there? Okay, that's what I want. I want you guys going up. I want to get you over there to put some fire out. See what is out there. Yeah. And now I've got just the half track there. I don't know where the half track can go. Some games you can move the half track through trees. Sometimes you can't. I might have to bring him along way down over here to try to do something with him, but it doesn't look like I can do much with that half track. That is sad. All right. That's all my advancing. Oh, that flag hurt. I failed the recovery. That's what that's saying. That is bad. They got torn up. I lost a whole squad. Look at those guys. Look, they're just dead. They are so dead. Oh, look, they're moving around and they're coming on them and they're just going to tear them apart. Oh, at least their LMG malfunctioned. These guys can't fire. They've got no line of sight. They can't see him or they don't have the range. Yeah, I don't have anyone who's got sight. Oh, God, I played this bad. Yeah, I would definitely restart this scenario if I could. Damn, there's nothing else I can do. I'm going to lose bad. Escape phase, they're going to try to run again. And since those enemies are there, they're going to go this direction. Hopefully, I can get this hero and squad over there to try to get them some cover. Some help, and they're coming up on them again. Yeah, they wanted to advance and get them in close combat. And still no recovery. LMG failed to fix. Yeah, they've been getting torn up. Okay. I can shoot at those guys, or I can move to there, but I will take fire. Where can I get them? I want to get these guys to where I can get some shots down on them, but there's not really a good spot because these trees are blocking line of sight. If I run this squad and hero down, they're going to open fire. Crap. What's the range on that mortar? Let's see. Assemble. I have to assemble the mortar. Okay. Whoops. I accidentally clicked it, but fine. We'll leave it. Let's take those two. And we'll move them up just to see what's going on up over here. Okay, and can he get anywhere? No, he has no line of sight. There's trees all the way along. I can't do anything with him. How far can he get? Over to there. Nowhere where I can get a line of sight on these guys. Trees blocking, trees blocking. What is that? Move and stop. Go there. Maybe I can do something with that 50 cal. Because he doesn't have crap going on. I just don't have a good chance to hit these guys. I don't want them killing my troops. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to trigger their op fire. This is really dumb on my part, but it is what it is. We're going to try to trigger the op fire. I'll be damned. I didn't get it. Can I walk them there? Don't get shot. And there it is. Fire back break. Nope. Well, got all these squads down here. Hopefully I can pin them, but I've used my stuff so badly, I've not been able to get anything going. -3 victory points. I've been doing good. Every other scenario I've played, I've done fine. I do one on camera and I just horribly. All right, so now my routed units have pulled back and I've got healthy units in between. All right, so these guys are going to go there. Can I move them in there? I can. All right, here, we're going to try this. A little bit of melee going on. Try to get those guys messed up. This is how melee works. Nothing fancy. Just get them in there. See who wins. Everyone died. You gotta be kidding me. They died. I died. I was hoping that it would break them and leave my guys. I did not expect full wipeage. God, I have lost. What is it? I've lost a hero and I think 2 squads. That's the most I've lost out of any scenario I've played. I swear to God. Fire phase, I've got nothing I can fire. I don't even have line of sight on anyone to attempt the mortar. These guys I might be able to do some stuff with on the next turn. I want to try to fire a mortar at least, let you guys see that, because I am absolutely going to have to redo this scenario. LMG pulled back for whatever reason. They can't move that entrenched gun, I don't believe. Recovery phase. And look, they're just ticking down those things. Finally, my leader rallied, which will make it a much easier chance for the squad to rally because he's going to have the leader bonus on the next one. All right, so let's just put all these guys together. Oh, crap, and I lost the machine gun, too. I had a machine gun team, and they're gone. All right. Can I get this thing up over here? Let's see how this works. Maybe I can get it up over here and do something with it, but that gun will take care of that problem. All right, here. You guys are going to go up, and you're going to see what you can see. And, okay, can they see that? Is that what I'm seeing? Okay. What's the range on that mortar? All right, that's to dismantle. Don't tell me the mortar is direct fire. That is indirect fire. I should be able to pop it out. All right, look, it shows here, range 3 to 45. I've got spotters, so how come I can't fire at these guys? Is it because they're in the trees, maybe? I don't know. Let's try moving them up. Maybe if I get them over here. I'm not 100% sure. There might be something I'm missing as far as mortars go. All right, I do. It says they've got 1 shot. Yep, machine gun firing up there. Which is why I figured I could have got them with the mortars. Escape phase. Advance phase. I do not want these guys advancing. I want them staying there and targeting, so we're going to leave them there. Come on, rally. He rallied. Finally got all those guys back after they were torn asunder. Yeah, that went very badly. That squad there in the trees, the squad and the leader there, they just tore me up because I wasn't expecting it. Far enough range and cover that I think I'd be all right. And see, I've got nothing I can fire with. But I think it's because I'm still moving the mortar. I'm wondering, because some games you have to have a specific unit, like a recon unit or a leader, to be able to call in the mortars. So that might be it. Because, no, Corporal Robertson, he's a leader. He should be able to call in mortar. On the fire, let's roll, let's roll. I am not hitting that white flag button. Options. All right, he tucked back in the building. I'd love to call in some mortars on this damn gun. God, they're just ticking it down. We're on turn 6, and I haven't even got close to the buildings. I've just been getting smoked. All right, let me look at the options, see if I see something in the keybinds here. Okay, so I was reading over in the rules, and I think I'm missing something with it because mortars have to have a line of fire to fire. So if you look in the bottom right, you see the icon there. It says 3 to 45. So they do have a far range, and they can do the indirect fire, but they have to have something called a line of fire. And I'm thinking it's because I'm tucked in these trees. That is a problem. So it is not going well as far as that. But let's run a couple more rounds, and then I'll do some final thoughts as far as this game's concerned. I'll let you guys see them tearing me up. Now, just as an FYI, a lot of the stuff I'm doing is stupid because I wouldn't do this in a regular hex encounter game that I'm playing, because all the modifiers that you would expect in a hex encounter war game, tabletop, are here, right? So if you run, you get certain types of penalties. If you walk, if you're crawling, the different types of terrain, all of that is going to create different effects on your weapons, on your morale, on the enemy, everything. Right? It's all simulated in here. That's why you see all the huge amounts of numbers and everything. Anyway, let's pull them up. Let's see. Where can I get this truck? Oh, no, I wanted to get the truck up to here. I wanted you guys to see it get blown up by that thing, but I just don't think I can get it anywhere they can see it. So let's run this squad up to there. Boom, there it is. And they broke me apart. Look at it. They're broken to hell. Their firepower is reduced by half. Leadership's bad. They're gonna retreat. It's so bad. Let's see. I can't get this guy around. I just don't think there's anything. I don't like that aspect of this. If I'm using the half track, there's should be some way to get it. Shouldn't be a line of trees top to bottom, so I can't get it up. Especially with the big gun here, I need the half track. Probably wouldn't need it if I wasn't playing like crap, but gotta let that enemy find me. Trying to find somewhere I can sneak him through, but there's a little wall right there I think will prevent me from coming up, which means there's nowhere I can go with him. But let's continue on. Their fire phase, they got one person get a shot, which is going to be the LMG tearing me down. No effect. Not going to do well in the recovery. Everybody's running. One squad left behind. Well, at least they didn't die this time. At least they didn't die. No, you just gotta stay there. You're gonna die. You're gonna die a warrior's death. Because there's no way I'm salvaging this scenario. I'm gonna play this one again. A little bit slower. A little bit smarter. I just want to try to fire that damn mortar if I can get it before, but it's going to take a couple more turns. I might cut this out to cut a little bit of time. Ooh, the gun malfunctioned. That's good because I only pinned them. Oh, look, another squad of those guys came up and tore my guys up. Where the hell did they even come from? Germans have massive advantages here. They've torn all my guys asunder. If they get to advance, see, I got one person who can fire. Who can fire? Can he fire? Yep, he can fire. I don't even think he can do much of anything, but let's fire. Miss. Yeah. One squad that's pinned is not going to do very well. Not going to do very well at all. But like I said, I hadn't played it very well. They're routing back. At least that means that they won't be taken out in close combat because they would advance up, which they should do now. Yep. And move right up on them. That was my fault, though. Like I said, I did this to be surprised. I didn't anticipate enemy units here. I figured I would just have to, it's a one-star scenario. You just have to push up, come around, and take the cities. Not a big deal. Blah, blah, blah. No, it did not go well at all. There we go. Hey, we killed them and broke a few. I've actually got positive victory points for a change. And there's nothing I can do with this damn truck. I can't get it anywhere. I do not like that. There's nothing I can do with it. I could have torn someone up. I would just tuck there for now, I guess. Have you fire. Put some hurt where you can. Nothing over there. Ah, the mortar cannot move. I cannot get him to go there. Why can I not get him to go there? Because there's a wall. Because I was a dummy and I didn't turn the damn thing. Okay. All right. I'm going to run out of turns before I can get him around to do anything with him. But that was my fault for not getting him around and getting him a line of fire before I did that. So I did not look at the map close enough to see exactly where I should have gone. I should have unloaded these guys down over here. I wouldn't have wasted all this time poking around up at the top and brought them in, or even had them focus like I was originally thinking and just get all my troops together and focus fire down things like the guns, come back around, or go from the top, use the mortars to soften things. Because if they've got that gun there, it's very dangerous to cross. Maybe they don't have one up here, because I'm pretty willing to bet I would have been shot at by it. So maybe on the next one, I would bring my troops around in this direction and come around, maybe using the truck as like a rear guard, leaving it back here just to spot or pick off any squads that tried to come up on my 6. Just a thought. All right. But as far as final thoughts of the game go, now that I've actually got to play it, really, this is Squad Leader, the video game, right? This is Lock and Load Tactical, this Conflict of Heroes. If you've ever played a Hex Encounter war game on the tabletop, they've done a very good job actually translating it into a video game. Every modifier that you would expect, doing things like running and gunning, are going to make it to where you're less accurate, right? Being in cover, blocking lines of sight, getting concealment, right? So if your units aren't spotted, the enemy's not going to be able to shoot at them. Even things like the support weapons, they're key. There was another scenario I played where I was playing as the Americans. It was actually the other one that's open. Definitely try it out. Starting with the American scenarios, and you have to push forward, and you end up fighting a panzer as it comes pushing across a bridge. And I was able to relatively easy take the little town there and the set of buildings. And I'm like, well, why do I have all these bazookas? Because I'm a dummy and I never bother to look at the order of battle. I just always let myself be surprised until this like Panzer IV comes rolling up. I'm like, oh no, fire bazookas, fire one, take them out. Yeah, really, really, really good job as far as actual gameplay is concerned. And again, I like the graphics. Some people might not, but I like corny maps, so it works for me. Here's the thing that I don't like, and I already mentioned this earlier in the video a couple of times. I don't like it being locked off. I'm fine with not all the scenarios being open and that you have to kind of work your way up to it. I think the campaign should be open from square one, instead of, well, you have to beat 4 of these scenarios and then you have to beat 4 of these scenarios, because, well, most of the people who are going to play a game like this are going to be able to beat it eventually. They can poke around a lot enough and figure out how to do it. But I always do think about, what if it's a younger kid or someone who doesn't have quite as much experience, and they get frustrated and they're like, well, I can't play the other scenarios, the cooler, bigger scenarios, bigger maps and tanks and all the other good stuff. So I'm just going to quit. So I would like to have the campaign at least unlocked from the start for each one of these, each one of the different factions. And I would be fine there. Like, okay, you start with the first mission unlocked for the campaign, and then as you beat each mission, you unlock the next mission. That would be fine with me. But I don't like it having blocked behind the scenarios. So you have to beat 4 of these scenarios to unlock this campaign. Then you have to beat 4 of these scenarios to unlock this campaign. And you're talking, what, 12, 16, depending on how many campaigns they've got there, that scenarios you have to beat just to unlock all of the campaigns? No, have that open, right? I'm cool with having to unlock the rest of the scenarios. I'm cool with having to unlock the campaign as I go, but I don't like that being blocked behind it because the gameplay's good. The game's fun. I'm having a blast with it. I'm looking forward to playing it some more. For me, what I really like about this is if I get that hair up my ass, if I get that itch that I want to play Conflict of Heroes, a lock and load tactical, or I don't play Squad Leader because I just can't let myself get into that because the moment I get into ASL, I'll become addicted. Nope, not going down that counter crack course. But point being is if I get the desire to play one of those games, but I don't feel like pulling out the box and setting up the map and finding a scenario and finding all the right counters and getting them all across the board, if I get that, I can come here and I can get that itch scratched. And it's going to scratch it really well. So I'm good. I'm definitely happy. Only other niggle I would give it is I would like the ability to tilt the map a little bit and maybe twist it to my preference, because as it is, no matter whether you're using the key bindings or the arrows up here, you can only rotate it to certain positions. So you can either look at it from left, right, top, or bottom, right? The 4 cardinal directions. And there's no way to tilt it, right? And like I said, if you get a bunch of squads, there's scenarios playing earlier where I had like 9 or 10 squads all tucked into buildings and forests and everything right there within a few hexes of each other. And if you end up with that, it can get a little squirmy trying to see which building and which area the squads are in. And especially because some of these buildings can be multiple levels. So it's not just a single story. Let me see if I got an example. Yeah, here we go. This one, that's a multi-story building. Okay. So technically in that hex, you've got multiple places you can be. So that's a lot of squads. That's like a hex within a hex, right? If you're on first floor, second floor, third floor, think about all those different icons all on top of each other. So that's not me saying that, the icons are bad. Everything else, I'm fine. NATO icons, all that works good. I would just like the ability to tilt and twirl the map freely instead of just the 4 cardinal directions and one specific isometric angle. Other than that, I definitely cannot fault the game. I am absolutely looking forward to more of it, playing more of it. I did pull up the Steam page here to show you guys. It says it's going to provide 48 scenarios set in iconic locations, command over 40 types of infantry, 216 tanks, vehicles, guns, an infantry tactical sandbox experience. I would tell you how much it's going to cost, but I don't know. And as time of filming, it's going to be 10 days. So depending on when I get this uploaded, it's going to be 9 or 10 days from now. It's going to unlock. But one of the key things for this is the fact that they are supporting that mod support, right? That's key. Having that editor built in, being able to create your own maps, scenarios, and campaigns, I expect the community to go nuts over that. You'll have unending content. So me griping about some of the scenarios not being, or the campaigns not being unlocked from the beginning doesn't really matter, because I expect plenty of people to make up-teen amounts of scenarios to go with this game. So that's going to be awesome. And not to mention, it's being published by someone that I can't believe actually sent me a code for something. I was a kid, man. Look at the gray. Look at the gray here, okay? I'm an old man. And I was a kid back in the 90s playing XCOM by Microprose. And my brother and I would sit there and love that and play that and just have a freaking ball with it. And now that company that I loved when I was a kid sent me a code to play one of their games. To me, that's the neatest thing. I freaking love it. That's just so cool. These people made XCOM, Now, of course, it's not just XCOM. They've made plenty of other stuff, other good stuff. There's actually one of theirs that I do need to get. If I click on the button here. Ooh, that actually looked okay. I can't get distracted. Ground Branch is definitely one that I've been wanting to try. And a buddy of mine, old Mo, wants to try that one as well. So they got some really good stuff that I need to get into. But anyway, I'll stop yammering. This is Second Front by Microprose. Comes out on January 31st. Definitely fun. If you're into Hex Encounter games, absolutely worth a shot. I'm not exactly sure how much the game's going to cost. Guessing based off of what I've seen from other games, I'm gonna say somewhere between 19 and 29 would be my guess. Should be there. I think a high end for this would be 39. That would be a little too much. So I would anticipate them being in like the 19, 20 to 29.99 range for the game. And I would say it would be worth it at that price. And if you can get it on sale, yeah, absolutely. Definitely a keeper. Absolutely. All right, but that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see a little bit more of Second Front, by all means, put your comments down below and let me know. You guys take care. I will catch you in the next one.